The thing about moms is like, we always look at the next mom and we're like, how is she doing such a great job? It's like this circle. Like everyone always thinks the next person has everything together and is doing the best job. I wish moms would stop and reflect more. In motherhood, you have this opportunity to find this new version of yourself that you haven't before. You're capable of more than you think you are. Hi, guys. Come on, buddy.
Mommy.
Hey, guys. Go ahead and get buckled. How was your day?
Good.
You made it through your first full week of second grade.
Well, we filmed each other.
My race is tomorrow, but I still have normal mom life the day, today, the day before the race, the day after the race. I think that's something about racing when you're a mom and you have kids, like you still have mom life. So we still have school, we still have sports activities, all the things. If you told me before kids that I was gonna be doing what I'm doing now, I would have thought you were crazy. I'm running the East Fork 50K. It is almost 34 miles around East Fork Lake, and there's around 3,000 feet of elevation gain. I'm packing my bag for the race tomorrow. I calculated about the amount of carbs per hour that I'm gonna aim for. So I'm just trying to make sure I have everything I need. A little over a year and a half ago, I would have said running an ultra marathon felt impossible. And at that time, I couldn't even run 1 mile.
Colored pencil.
For so long, it seemed so impossible that I was just fascinated by it.
This is so in one place, then the next, then the next, then the next.
I don't necessarily want them to see this big, brave, strong mom who can do anything. I want them to understand I'm nervous, I'm unsure, I'm a little scared, and I'm doing it anyways. I'm a little nervous for sure. I just the distance is intimidating. I've never done this kind of distance, ran for this long, and so it's been months in the work to get me this far. I think the reason I feel anxious is not having that ability to see her throughout the race, to kind of check on her. I hope that I've done enough that I can feel strong and finish strong and embrace the whole experience. But we'll see. It's definitely gonna be the hardest race I've ever done.
3, 2, 1, go!
Staying on.
I think the word that comes to mind when I'm thinking of my family is just grateful. My husband is Donnie. He is just a goofy, fun, loving guy. Dean is 7, and he's so creative and so sweet. And then I have a 5-year-old daughter, Annabelle, and she is very feisty and adventurous and she's just a fun kid. I've learned so much from them, and I've learned so much about myself. And if it was never hard, I don't think I would have ever gotten to where I'm at now.
Watch out for your sister.
I can't.
Here, let me help you get out.
I got it.
The first time I met Donnie, we were at a climbing gym. We climbed with an outdoor club at our college, and I remember meeting him in the climbing gym, and he had long, shaggy hair.
I remember seeing her walk through the doors and just being blown away, whoa, man.
I'm just so
I remember introducing myself and him being like, hey.
I'm like a very shy person, I'd say. So I didn't really talk to her much that first day that we met. But, you know, I kind of introduced myself.
He was like super awkward.
There was never really a doubt in my mind, you know, maybe a week into us actually dating, like, I'm pretty sure she's like the one.
I like barely remember our first date. I do remember that Donnie ate an entire jar of jalapenos trying to impress me once. Clearly it worked.
Come on, Daddy, let's go.
I'm going.
We got married in 2013. Like in 2015-ish, we decided we wanted to start trying to have kids.
Daddy, watch out, bro! No! I wanna go to the yard. Fishy, fish.
What are you gonna use today?
A little worm.
You know, I don't know what it was that made me believe I want to be a mom.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
I just like always wanted kids. I always wanted to be a mom. It was just something I never questioned.
Oh my gosh, it's a grasshopper right over there. See it?
I was very on the fence about having kids. We were living in Colorado, like climbing mountains every other day and ice climbing and rock climbing and having a ton of fun and skiing. And so it was very hard for me to be like, do I want to like give all this up? On the flip side of that, Kaylin and I always knew that we wanted to have kids, and it's like, when's the right time? I don't feel like you ever know for sure, but we decided to go for it.
Donnie and I had this belief that we were like, we'll figure something out.
Can I carry you? You're so heavy.
But it actually took us 2 years to have Dean. When you're in that time where you're like, am I going to be able to have kids? Like, what is going on? Nobody can really give you any answers. Like, it's scary. It's frustrating. There's just like so many thoughts going through your head. I had believed so strongly for so long, like, I'm going to be a mom. I want to be a mom. And then I was just like, am I going to be a mom? Is this ever going to happen?
I'm actually feeling like a little rougher than I thought I would at this point. I don't know. Some of my miles have been like 15-minute pace and some have been 20. My thought for today was to average around 20-minute miles, so feeling good about that so far. I'm just trying not to get in my head about it.
For years, I would like run occasionally, but it always felt so hard. It's like such a mental game. My brain was telling me, you're bad at this, and why are you even trying? I just had this like belief that if I couldn't easily run a 10-minute mile, that like there's no point in running because those times are considered really slow. You can tell yourself stories, like people care about your running times, or it feels like everybody is faster than me and whatnot. But I think you just have to have a really solid reason of like why you are running and why you want to be there.
Wow.
This is your college house.
We set up a slack line, 20 feet up in the air, 15. Kaylin was just standing down on the ground, like shaking her head, like, what are you guys doing? Always up to shenanigans.
Yeah. We used to road trip a lot on school breaks, so this was a trip to Red Rocks near Vegas.
That was probably right after we started dating.
And then this one was after we had moved to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So we got engaged, got married. A few years later, moved out to Colorado. And then we got pregnant with Dean. I remember we were gonna go on like a ski weekend and I knew we were gonna be drinking. So I was like, I might as well take a pregnancy test just to make sure. And it came back positive and we did not believe it. I was like, Donnie, look. We like went out and bought more tests. Like we took a bunch of them and they were all positive. And I was like, there's no way. Like we're gonna wait a couple days. Like I truly did not believe it. I was so nervous, like it wasn't true.
My life changed a lot that first day he was born, and ever since then, you know, we've only grown closer together.
You know, you wait for so long for your baby to be here, you plan, you do all the things, and then when they're finally here, it's like, oh my gosh, we did this. We made this little kid, it's incredible. And then once they're here, you're like, okay, you gotta take care of this kid now. And yeah, that's a whole nother thing to learn. I think when we become new moms, we expect everything to just feel natural and easy and like this is what we're made to do. And it's not necessarily like that. Early on, I did have moments where I was like, I must be a bad mom. I must not be cut out for this because I'm struggling. And I think at first everyone's like, oh, it's the baby blues. Like they tell you about that. Like your hormones are going crazy. It's a roller coaster. But at the time I was kind of like internally panicking. Like I do not feel good and I can't make myself feel better. And I don't know what to do. I just felt terrible, like physically and emotionally.
It was really scary to like try to understand what was happening, what was going on, and learning how to support her through that was challenging. I tried to just kind of be there and listen.
There were just times where she would just cry. Seeing her go through that pain, that was hard.
There's a phrase like lost in motherhood because after you have a baby, like you've gone through all these changes physically and emotionally, and like whatever identity you had before gets like totally shaken. Your whole world shrinks to this like little bubble that's like happening inside your house, and it's a really tough moment to be stuck in. It's hard to feel like yourself. I just thought that was my new reality.
Societal norms kind of expect the mother to always be there for the kid and give up everything. I didn't want to fall into that. I wanted Kaylin to be able to get out and do those things that she still liked to do.
When you stay stuck in your little bubble, it's even harder to get back out there.
To be actually out here doing this like big goal that I set for myself feels like very surreal. That I'm like actually here, I'm doing it. Yeah, like it's just, I can't believe it. But I have to tell Annabelle I won because she thinks that's necessary. She told me last night, she said, I'm gonna be so proud of you when you win. And I said, oh, what if I don't win it? And she's like, then I'll be like a little less proud of you.
I think it's going to be very cool for them to be there when I cross the finish line. I think it's going to be this like realization of like all this hard work kind of pay off.
Okay, you have all my things. Like, very excited to finish and see them at the end. You guys want to work on these weeds? Here. Hey, Annabelle.
What?
Do you remember what month you were born? When's your birthday?
July.
July? No.
Do you remember when you were in Mommy's tummy? No, I do not know. Did a lot of food fall on you? No. And Odin.
When Annabelle was born, I feel like we were expecting another Dean. And so we were fully prepared for Annabelle to be the same way.
We were all just kind of fortifying ourselves for number 2.
When I was pregnant with Annabelle, I was staying at home with Dean and I kind of fell into strength training. I just wanted some control in my schedule and I was like, I'm just gonna try exercising. At first I was doing like a lot of body weight stuff and then I wanted to incorporate small weights. We have like milk jugs. I could just fill those up with water and rocks and stuff. Like I don't need that much weight. I was like pregnant. But I realized like it was making my pregnancy a lot easier. I just wasn't having the aches and pains. I could be much more active with Dean. I felt better physically and mentally. I had had this like shift in my mindset. Like I can do really hard things. Like I am really strong. I realized if you never take care of yourself and you're always putting yourself last, it's really hard on your mental health. And then it's hard to show up as a parent like you'd want to show up.
Annabelle, seeing me lifting is really important to me because I want her to know she can be strong and she can do whatever she puts her mind to. Oh, I love you.
I was strength training pretty regularly and walking a lot. And when I was about 10 months postpartum, I got invited to do an adventure race.
That was so far.
It does. The start.
It was an 8-hour adventure race. I was breastfeeding Annabelle. I was like, I don't even know if I can exercise for 8 hours, but like, sure, I'll go. It was really difficult. I remember at one point sitting down and being like, I don't know if I can do this. I had no idea what I was doing and I was not prepared. We're also orienteering through the woods, which was a new skill for us. I remember being in the middle of the woods, like we hadn't seen people for hours, so we were like pretty sure we were not on the right path. I remember like walking and hiking and having like an extra shirt over me and like trying to pump at the same time and to also eat enough for racing and breastfeeding was like impossible.
That is strength. To see someone doing an adventure race in the middle of the woods, and even without her kids, she's still taking care of her babies.
That adventure race almost like flipped a switch in her mind that not only can I do hard things like I used to, but, well, maybe I can even do harder things than I could do before.
It hit me in the face. Like what you tell yourself is what you're gonna believe. I had this feeling that I didn't know what my actual limits were, and that race really solidified that for me. Like, oh yeah, I haven't even started to push like the bounds of like what I'm capable of.
Maybe. Do you want to run this down there?
Yay! Should I do this?
Yeah, pull. When Kaylin's off running or something, we just come up and let the kids play in the woods, and I like messing with the ropes and playing with gear, so it's just as fun for me as it is for the kids.
Wait, can you put it? Can you attach it right there so I can fly like you?
I used to not want to leave and go for a run because I thought my job was to make my kids happy all of the time. And if I wasn't there, they weren't going to be happy. But I think that piles up over time. If you're never making some kind of space for yourself, that weighs really heavily on you. Once I pushed past that a little bit, I realized what I was giving them, which was one-on-one time with their dad. They get to see Donnie really supporting me, and I think it's teaching them a good life lesson in that how the support and the dynamic can work within a relationship.
Oh man, this is rough. I think my watch might be off. I'm about 26 or 27 miles in. I've been out here for 9 hours, so it's a long time to run. A very long time to run. I knew I was really gonna have to dig to get to the end. So I'm just gonna take it mile by mile and keep trucking along.
Oh, I see some.
What?
See the fish over there? There you go. You see the little wakes they're making?
I think they're nemos.
They look big for me out there.
Yeah, maybe.
One of the hardest steps when you're trying to discover who you are as a mom and a parent and this new identity is the willingness to accept how uncomfortable it can be and how tough it can be and be okay with that process.
I don't see you, Mom.
How'd it go?
I love you. It was good.
I think there's a risk for staying inside your comfort zone because I think growth happens. I'm like expanding each year of like, I can do this thing. What else can I do? I can do this thing. What else can I do? And it's not always like the bigger race or the longer race, but it's just this sense of like feeling comfortable with myself. Like before I even ran my first half marathon, I was like, you know, it would be so fun to run an ultra marathon. And Donnie would be like, you haven't even ran a half marathon. You're crazy. I'm like, I know, but like, I feel like eventually I could get there, right?
You want some more?
No.
It kind of led to a slippery slope of me now signing up for this ultra.
I'm nauseous. I'm just so tired. Mentally and physically just tired. But today I was like telling myself just stay calm and take it one step at a time. And I think I've done a really good job of that. I'm definitely physically pushing myself more than I ever have.
I don't think Kaylin's ever lost herself as a mom along the way. I think it took a while to find herself at the beginning and figure out what motherhood was going to be like. It's really amazing to see, honestly.
She has become the greatest version of herself, and it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of courage.
I don't think I had the belief in my strength and the belief in myself until I became a mom, because being a parent is hard, and it showed me what I was capable of.
Oh, am I running?
Yeah, and this is
For me, that's like this 50K. I'm like willing to bet on myself.
I've gone over 30 miles, which is insane. I'm almost there.
She coming?
She's
Getting close. Really close to where we were just at.
Run, 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 run.
As I look back on how far I've come, I think I'm like just feeling very grateful. Like grateful for that person I was then that believed in myself just for a second enough to take the first step.
You are so good.
I'm so sweaty, guys.
Really cool. Daddy, cooler down.
How do you feel?
Yeah, not great.
Mommy, I really love my medal. I really
Not really.
You went swimming at the lake today at the beach.
You did? Is that what you did today?
Did you pass the beach?
I did.
So we should have waited there and
know.
ran with you up here. Yeah, Bo, they're meant to stay on the ground. Oh. Whoa. Can I have a turn?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just did that.
A year and a half ago, I couldn't run a mile, and I just ran 34 miles. I don't even know what to think of that. I'm just really proud of her. I love you. I love you. I'm too dehydrated to cry right now. I did not hydrate well. I think childbirth is worse. I was telling myself that on the trail. I was like, this is not as painful as childbirth. I can do this.
Come on, Annabelle.
Oh boy.
Don't hit anyone.
Let's see here. 1, 2.
Oh my gosh, you guys are really good at that.
Perfect.
Donnie's really good at that.
Pepperoni is extremely spicy. Spicy.
Moms make the world go around. Like, you're worth taking time for yourself. You're worth caring for yourself, regardless of what that looks like for you.
I think Kaylin's confidence has continuously increased since Dean was born, honestly. You know, it's not been linear. It's not been a straight trajectory, but is the next thing gonna be a 100-mile race? I don't know, maybe.
Can you sit down? Good time.
That's a bunch of fish with them.
Moms need to be reminded, like, you don't have to have it all figured out. You can be nervous and you can be not sure, but you can still try the thing. It's an opportunity to find yourself and find your strength.